It is day 2, and we are back to wrap up the first episode. You guys ready? Because I am. Let's begin. Welcome! We're back with Apollo Justice Trilogy. Basically, the first game, Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. And we learned a lot about last time. Our first client for helping is Phoenix Wright. And we met some, well, he's one of the two people that we remember, the other one being Winston Payne, who, and he forgot he got his ass kicked many times. He really did. We're under a new lawyer. We're playing as Apollo Justice. And so far, he brings up some unique ideas. Unique pieces, I think. But anyway. So, I know I should have rewatched the vlog because I kind of don't remember last time. I remember, well, of course, we gotta defend Phoenix. The victim is Shady Smith, and yeah. Apparently, there was a poker game going on, and it looks like from what it is, Phoenix was supposed to lose. Probably. I don't remember. But what I do know is that what we do know now is that there is a fourth person. In the poker game, we thought there were only 3. That would be the victim, the defendant, and Miss Olga. But I think it's best if we, continue with the story to give a recap. So, why not? And let's do it now. Now, give a recap. There we go. Now we can give a recap. We are Apollo Justice. You were trained under the boss, Christoph Gavin. Boss at Gavin Law's office. A former ace attorney, Phoenix Wright. You were defending him because he was in a crime, or the trial, or not trial, the case of Shady Smith, who only recently got back to the country, and we don't know much about him yet, because as you can see, his age is question marks. Prosecutor is, of course, Winston Payne. Yeah, like we said. And we got one of the witnesses, Olga Orly, who apparently may be a suspect. Who knows? But, according to Phoenix, there is one person left. Because apparently, it looks like there was a fourth person. As you can see, the victim's hand. There was something unique. One of the cards has a blue back. I'm much more of a red guy myself. Blue is so not red, you know. What do you have against blue, Apollo? Huh? Want to talk about it? Anyway, there was apparently a cheat, and this is one of the cheats. Because the cards was found. Olga dealt the card to Shady, which was supposed to be delivered to Phoenix. But anyway, there was a point, and in the end, Phoenix won. Doesn't look like it, but the small chips are 1,000, big chips are 100. I'll let you do the rest. You watch the VOD, but yeah. Anyway, Phoenix announced there was a fourth person, so let's see who that fourth person is. Court will now reconvene. As our witness, Miss Olga Orly recovered.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she regained consciousness.
Perhaps we can hear her version of the events again.
That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
You're looking at a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sally, fatigue is insufficient. Grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orly take the stand. Very well, witness will take the stand. Here we go again. Perhaps you can repeat your name and profession? Or perhaps you rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poor loser.
Nah.
Oh. Okay.
Name's Olga Orly. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quickfingers Orly.
Oh. Really?
Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian, and my last name sounds like oh really.
Olga or oh really? Okay, so that's how you pronounce her name. Olga O'Reilly. Okay, I thought it was Olga Orly.
There, that's the truth. I hope you're satisfied.
Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night.
Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see?
I'll remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrication will have serious consequences.
Fine. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Forged Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game as a waitress. So you're in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles, but winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Phoenix's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When the hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and trap with snap shut.
You swap the cards!
Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it, he would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Indeed. Getting caught red-headed and cheating will cast doubt on all his prior wins.
7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan.
Oh really? Oh really? I'll drool. But it appears you made quite the mistake. Mistake? I agree. The trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planet card?
Hey, that's right! He's lucky, I'll give him that. You had to be slipped free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers O'Reilly.
Oh, really? The witness will be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick.
Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute. I'm bad, you hear me? Bad.
But she's bad enough to commit murder. Let's see. When you threw being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung.
The best laid traps. That night, I planned the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to, and Smith searched him. The planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith, it was a no-good cheating defendant.
Surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark.
The trap was perfect, I tell you, perfect. That Ron cheater had to mess it up.
Look who's talking! Well, it's testimony for what it's worth. It's all yours, Mr. Justice.
With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors?
Oh, we're already on this. Okay.
Okay. 1. Two of them here, back here. Something Phoenix said last stream. He's also said something. You gotta find out if where they lie. Let me press first. Hold it! This planet card. Which card was it exactly? The trump card. The 5 of hearts.
Let me guess. Mr. Wright was to have to switch the 5 with the ace to make a full house. At least that's what you were going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend.
I slid into Wright's pocket. When was this? Why, before the match, of course. While he was eating. At the Borscht Bowl Club, we serve borscht and suckers.
Remind me to never go there.
Of course, the card was to make its grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, good plot must be cooked up early and allowed to begin. So everything went according to plan. Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious the switch went off without a hitch. Once the extra card was found in his pocket, Wright would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud.
Or worse things to be known as, I suppose.
Tell us what happened with the search. The playing card was gone, the trap failed.
Card disappeared?
Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone without a trace. Poof! Zippo. He searched every nook and cranny, even inside his cute little hat. The card was nowhere to be found. Is this correct? Never in my long storied career, never has Quickfinger or really been so readily duped.
Oh, really? So, what happened to that 5 of hearts?
Look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced offended? So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action. Hold it! Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright, or truly, and found nothing. Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well...
Oh. Oh.
What was that just now? I sensed something.
Nothing wrong, Mr. Justice?
No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little harder? Miss Orley, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? You... Me? Quick Fingers Orley? Hiding something I... The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. Did you see it? Honest. I saw when Wright hit him. With my own eyes. I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting? That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Touching her neck, was it? What is going on? What's going on? Sensation. It's coming into focus. Here, that twitch is so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit, like I couldn't before.
Gotcha!
Miss O'Reilly, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? But indeed, Justice. I had not noticed anything of the sort. When she said that part of the testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to her memory. She touches her neck. I'm sure of it. A memory? Oh, does someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Do you have evidence of this memory to show us?
Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So what will remind her of the moment of the crime? Let's look back. The next moment, Wright picked up the bottle and swung it. Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I notice it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an irresistible impression on your neck is this. Is it a bottle?
Take that!
Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. What reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck when you're in pain? What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wall conjecture. The witness habits, they're completely irrelevant.
Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination.
I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss Orley, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Yeah, I know nothing of it.
We know you're not Russian. Witness will testify, please, now.
Fine.
Wait. Wait a minute. Don't we have, notify the police. I'm gonna try to use the cell phone.
Objection!
Okay, yeah, but it's a cell phone. Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you said. It states the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. Eh? We know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Bush Sport Club. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. Oh, this time she missed the balls. The man who picked up a bottle and swung it in that night wasn't the defendant. Ooh. It's a repeated again. Showdown time. Dirty cheat. Check his pockets. Now! It's gone! The card's gone! You lose. Ah! Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right. And he hit me. Wait! Master Chief, you... When I came to, the victim was already dead. Is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out to that I was in the league with Smith, I'll be a suspect for sure. Well, where does this leave us?
Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming! It must have been me who was hit with a ball, and I'm imagining all this!
It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss O'Reilly a big, fat liar. What? We were in the room the night of the murder, and the defendant, victim of her. She has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith, and the announcement of that argument was murder. What? I did it! I'm no killer! It's a trap! Someone's trying to frame me! Well, tango webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tango, we catch ourselves in the process. Mr. Wright? It's a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the odd possibility that there was another person in the room at the time of the murder? Right, like Mr. Wright was saying before recess. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. The one who swapped the card didn't know two colors of cards were being used. Fourth person.
Ha! This theory again, your fourth person doesn't exist!
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. Perfect place to catch the real criminal. Real criminal? And we're in luck. Clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial. No less.
What?
Hollow, perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. he or she wasn't considering the color on the back of the cards. Right. How could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there was one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue. Yeah, I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was?
It's not me, I swear!
Who is this fourth person? Oh my gosh, don't tell me. I always get to put on the spot like this. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used the final game were blue? I don't think it's Phoenix. It can't be Olga.
I am so confused.
I don't think it could be Pang, so... What the heck am I going on? What the heck is going on? Oh my gosh, I don't know. No, I don't think it's Kristoff. That wouldn't make sense. In our core, who thought... Wait. He said one person... I don't think it's Whiston. No, it can't. No, it can't be Whiston. Is it Kristoff? Wait, is it? Is it? Oh boy. If I swear I got it right, I'm gonna be shocked. As I expected. Your eyes and ears are... Oh! No way! No way! Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right? Yourself, Gavin. Oh! What? No way. It's so... Wait, Gavin is the killer? Oh my gosh. Yourself, Gavin. You were the fourth person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards! How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue. The ones on the floor or the table. But look! You can see the color in this photo! Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh! It's true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game of, in the purest sense of competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, test of wits, sudden clash of passions. Only the cards, their back wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Well, Kristoff, Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me. It was just so sudden. Right. You weren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Kristoff? No, even I never take a joke this far.
This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder?
I assure you, I'm quite sane.
What possibility connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Oh. What if they have?
Huh?
There's a possibility, after all. They may have met that night, before the game started.
What are you suggesting?
Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court.
Objection!
The defense would like to request no such thing. Mr. Gavin? Testimony must relate to the case. How could anything happen before that game of poker be related?
I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin.
As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss O'Reilly.
I am to assume that you speak for Mr. Justice in this. He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay.
The court, in your opinion, needs to hear Mr. Wright's testimony.
Yep. Only one thing to do. This is Mr. Wright's strategy. He was playing this all along, and I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. And who, Justice? Who would betray me, your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. This is about the truth.
Very well, the defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please.
Appetite before murder. That evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. We sat at a table in this photograph. Jay Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin.
Mr. Gavin, you were at the Bush Boat Club the night of the murder?
I dine with him rather frequently.
And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder?
But against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were playing this all along, weren't you, right? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. Well, I thought my office was doing you a favor when we took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong.
Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness.
Justice?
Sir!
He's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Well, you're an ace attorney, so of course the trial ain't normal. Alright. Girl was knocked out cold, so uncontrollable, let's call the police. He was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to the defense attorney Gavin. We sat at the table in this photograph. Okay.
Hold it!
You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes. He dines with me at the Bush Boat Club quite frequently. We were enjoying an unusual Dinner at our usual spot. As usual. Usual. I always eat at the table closest to the piano.
I see. Where Mr. Smith was sitting.
So the plates and on such a table were from your dinner?
Indeed. Remnants of my meal with Kristoff. We dined for 2 hours, then Kristoff left. After that, J. Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. 5 minutes? So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time? That would have been a faithful encounter, to be sure.
Oh, Mr. Wright. What was it you say? Kristoff, Gavin, and Shady Smith may have met.
I believe I did say that.
I was all nervous about this meeting. And now we hear they just passed in the hall?
It does seem a little weak as a pretense for murder.
Well, it would be. If that were all that really happened.
Oh, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time?
Wait a minute. Okay. Sure. About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga O'Reilly mentioned. The plan was simple, elegant, you see. We set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut.
Here's for the cards.
Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces.
Yes, a harmless prank, in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it.
Quirk?
I happened to pull my hand in my pocket and found the card. The card she planted! Yes, I stuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game.
Dispose? Where?
There was an empty bottle of grape juice that I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. Wait!
What? An empty bottle of grape juice? A murder weapon?
Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The color glass makes it hard to see.
I don't know what's between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama.
Card inside the murder weapon. That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look.
Is it right? Poker head of the courtroom number... Poker head of courtroom number 3 approves of this battle of wits. Please revise your testimony with this new information.
Dispose of the card in the bottle. Do I present it? I think I have to present it.
Objection!
Yep. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes? I examined the bottle and... I don't see any cards in here. No?
What? Mr. Wright, surely isn't all you had to say for yourself. 3 dots. Don't do it, Mr. Wright. Surely 3 dots isn't all you had to say for yourself.
I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle. However... Huh? Perhaps a 5th person came and took it out? Oh, and a 6th person could have helped.
Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client.
My apologies, Your Honor.
I wouldn't have your disparaging our investigation either. You look inside that bottle. There was nothing.
So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear?
In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence.
Oh,
Push him harder, Justice. Break him. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Ugh, why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? Why in the bottle? I perceive my opponent's intent immediately. I'm used to the entrapment, you know? You see, I knew what was coming.
Ho ho, so you struck first. I like that.
I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me. At least, when you get lucky. Stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. Bro was not gonna call. Smith was like... There's a car. Outside. I think a bike. I hear an engine. I hear an engine, hold on. Alright, car's gone. Alright, we can get back. Let's continue pressing. You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. Cell phones don't get signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else on the first floor at the time? Not a soul. It was the middle of the night after all. So there, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from the cut on his forehead. And when you returned, the victim was already... dead. Yes. I'll admit. I was a little startled when I walked in. Little? He was bleeding from his forehead after all. Guess I'll be startled, too, if I walked in on a scene like that. He was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on a second. Let's try the first one.
Objection!
Okay, it's the first one. Or I could have done the second one. It's alright, if I may. Yes? Take a look at this photograph on the crime scene. See the victim here? He was wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Good point. Justice? Next time you point out inconsistency, pull a little more into it.
It's alright. Can you explain this to the court?
Forgot to mention something. I was the one who put that hat on his head. Eh? You!
Put the hat on the dead man's head?
He wore it through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright. Just like in this photograph.
And?
I picked his hat off the floor and put it on his head. Why would you do a thing like that? All I can say is, sorry. That's the only thing I could touch at the crime scene. So, Miss Orley didn't see it. It being the victim's or his head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Ah, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. It just seemed that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client! Isn't he? I believe that's enough That's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoff. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. It's alright! If you attempt to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never! Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Eh? When I noticed the trap, I put the car in the bottle to dispose of it. And when I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well.
Reason?
That reason is right here. Your cell phone? That night, I told that I spoke with defense attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Kristoff, I seem to be in a bit of trouble.
What's this? A game not going well?
Something like that.
That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good?
He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard.
You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? It wasn't you, was it?
Me? Please, the cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Bone china plate? Kind of clean. Porcelain. Wait. Porcelain? 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 I think I pronounced it right the first time. Hold on. Porcelain. Ah. There we go. It's porcelain. A kind of porcelain. Very smooth and shiny. And not plate, but paint. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead.
Court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my forehead.
You're fine, Judge. You're fine. Wait a second. Something not right about that phone call.
So,
There we go, sorry. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club? Well, certainly. Then, how did he know? When did he see this bone china plate? Paint. Oh, bone china plate. Paint.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Trouble. I returned to the crime scene. When I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by to your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So, this is your reason? Is it why you put the victim's hat back on? Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it? Phoenix, right?
Order! I will have order! Mr. Payne!
Yes, Your Honor?
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear defense attorney Gavin's testimony?
Well, as prosecutor, I...
Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes. After which Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that?
Crystal clear, Your Honor.
Very well. This will be the final recess for the day.
Wow. Alright. me go see if anything in the core record updated. Oh, well, Orly changed outfit. The professional swindler hired by the victim to destroy Phoenix Wright's reputation. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in Judge's chamber. Who would have thought today would turn out like this? May I? Huh? What? Hello, sir. Please pick a card. What's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Oh, Magician's Arcana? Oh my gosh, are we gonna... Magician's Red? We're gonna have to stand? Are we gonna have a persona of the Magician Arcana? Use it wisely and the game is yours. That's all. What? An ace card? Where do I remember that card from? Mrs. Smith's hand has 3 aces, and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all. It's true, I've seen it, the 5th ace. He was cheating, I swear to you. The missing 5th ace! Wait, this blotch of red, is this blood? You have your trump card, now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw. Truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. This bloodstained card is my trump card for finding the truth? I'm surprised Apollo was like checking this and not realizing the last line that girl said. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you could do it. Interesting. I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl, I've seen her recently, but where? That's when I made the connection. Bloody ace. Received from a mysterious girl. Could this be the missing 5th ace? (12:45 p.m.) District Court, courtroom number 2.
Court will now reconvene. Defense Attorney Christoph Gavin, will you please take the stand? Now then, if you would, Mr. Bain.
Yes, Your Honor. Will Mr. Witness say his name and occupation?
This is far as necessary, Your Honor.
Believe me, more stranger things have gone on in this courtroom.
I can vouch. Fine, I'll play along.
First, there's one thing we have to make clear. All you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat.
A secret? I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was... Forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head? Your Honor seemed to have an inordinate interest in it.
Objection!
I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. Oh my gosh, we got a flashback! Oh my gosh, we're getting flashback music. We had the suspense and now we got from the first game.
I wouldn't call it in order, Miss Gavin.
Mr. Wright!
What do you think you're doing, right? Wow, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore a hat all night, never once taken it off, except for that one time. That one time being the instant he was hit.
Oh!
When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mrs. Smith's bald head, you would have to be in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer? Is what you're trying to say? Not bad, Apollo.
Mr. Gavin?
I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court.
What?
Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation, I see a little reason behind it. Very well. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night.
Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night?
The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window of the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, and he appears in the photo. Bald head, an unconscious girl, Aaron Wright, holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, and so I left. That's when the call came from Wright.
So, you witnessed the murder?
For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed.
Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. Wright's defense team. Your testimony is clearly disadvantaged to your client.
What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell me you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright? You had to say that. Because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo?
Oh! Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination. On the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared?
Yes, Your Honor. Interesting. So something about this crime scene, the window. Can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial's getting weirder and weirder. Fateful night. Okay. Nothing yet from the sprite. Rage I sense in that man. Okay, went down the basement and peeked through a window. Let's press that first. The little window. You mean the one used to keep watch up the stairs? Yes, a relic of the ancient past. Black marketeers use it, I believe. Why did you go through the trouble peeking in through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go into the room? I didn't want to upset Wright, you see. Sam is right. Yes. What if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking in on their match, that form, to say the least.
So far everything he's saying makes sense. That man, you mean Mr. Smith? He was different from the other customers. Or, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that.
So then you knew the true nature of your client's job.
Of course, but I also knew he wasn't engaging in gambling, which would be illegal. Well, it makes sense that he know. They were friends after all. Word from my friend. I returned to the club. You see, I fear this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to sell an old score. I see, what happened then? Oh, wait a minute. Final cross-examination?
Here comes a new challenger!
Hey, Ayu. Did you finish Yakuza Kiwami 2? I think I think you're in chapter 15 if I remember. So I think you're one chapter away, so I don't know if you finished. I don't know if you did finish, so. But anyway, welcome on in, everyone. I am the one and only mad scientist in cross space, time and dimension, Ryuki Styles. And yeah, we're playing Apollo Justice, the 4th game of the Ace Attorney series. And well, one of the 3 games in the Apollo Justice trilogy, so we just started playing. Crazy story. We're like in trial right now. I stopped at chapter 16 because my heart's not prepared for the so you're at the final chapter. Oh, you're at the final chapter, so yeah, you're almost done with the game. Yeah. You know, Yuri should be in trial for betraying Yumi. Freaking going after Sayama. Yuri's love life sucks. I think Yuri should just focus on Haruka, like, just raise Haruka. Like, yeah. And plus, not only that, like, Kiri go to cabaret clubs or something. Oh, guy doesn't know anything about romance. No, indeed. Anyway, so we're so far cross-examining this guy who is our we can't show right we can't show him. He's basically our defense lawyer teacher, and yeah. Kiri low-key doom and romance. He does. Kiri doesn't know anything about romance. Ill bot. Nasty. How dare you get into conversation? He doesn't know anything about Kiri's romance. Majima has a better chance of romance. However, he knows like he's tied with the because he's like tied to the world of Yakuzas. Of course, he has to set his love free, you know. But still, Majima won in a way. Okay. Did I press it earlier? I got so much harder. Yeah. He does. Let's see. Relic. Something about this fellow has to be the murder weapon. I mean, not the murder weapon. To object. I'm gonna press more. Either of them can be in a relationship. Too much world. True. I mean, Simon didn't. Wow. What am I talking about? Simon. Ugh. Simon regretted it. Simon should have regretted it. You're gonna look for get some food? I hope you enjoy getting food. probably get your food after this. After like I'm done with this guy. He's so far like I don't know. He's gonna be like a tough one. This is our first episode of this game, so we are in the beginning already dealing with a tough one. Like, I wish I could show the profiles. Like the first, like all the cross examinations were easy. Now we're getting to the real difficult part. How did you know it was right after the murder? Really? No need to shout, Justice. I was just getting to that part in my testimony. Ah, there he is. Goes the fence in the west we know and love. Even when you're standing up here on the witness stand, some things never change. I was afraid you changed too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours. With friends like these, who needs enemies? Okay, the victim was dead and he appears in the photo. By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene? Precisely, you see. He wasn't wearing his hat then. I saw his head, but he was dead. And then I ate some bread. Good thing it has no lead. And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat.
Can you describe the scene of the crime for us?
Bald hand and a conscious girl in right, holding a bomb in his hand. Those were the only three at the scene of the crime? Yes, and as far as I saw it, at least.
Then we're back where we started. The killer was in the defendant. Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police?
2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
Objection!
There must have been someone else at the moment of the crime. Justice, I just said I saw no one, not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Ah yes, this mysterious 4th person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose. Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap cards in the victim's hand? Okay. Perhaps you can show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary. We'll figure it out, but sorry guys, I gotta take a quick break. So I'll be back and then we'll figure it out. Alright? We are back. Use this time to drink, hydrate, stretch, or even grab some water or food. Alright. Sorry for the long wait. Yeah, I don't know. I had it happen last stream and happened again during stream. Luckily, I'm fine. Anyway. Okay. What possible reason the killer have swapped cars at his hand? Let's see. How can I show something I can't find myself? Car that was swapped out during the specific case. Right. I'm gonna save for now. And then it's now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a car was swapped out.
Go ahead, point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the fifth case?
Red car. Blood marks the front of the car. Let's do it.
Take that!
The reason is, this. That's an ace?
Why, he's got blood on it. Right next to the spade.
What? This is insane! Why wasn't I told about this? Why?
Could this be the missing fifth ace?
Inconceivable. Could you? What are you doing with that card? Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl. Oh, that card? It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Horsecore Club that night after the murder occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock in trade, after all.
Objection!
No, impossible, unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. Fraud? How can you be so sure? What? I would think the only person who would claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real car from the crime scene, the real killer. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason? The reason for the killer to take the car from the scene of the crime.
Where are you going with this?
Take another look at the photo at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his head fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down to the back of his head. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. The killer then took the car to hide the blood.
Objection!
Regardless,
That evidence is non-permissible. Oh? Right, regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years. You used to be a lawyer. You know what is a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. Oh, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I answer your question. What are you talking about? You want to know why the killer would have taken the car from the crime scene? Now, I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see.
Objection!
This is baseless conjecture. Baseless.
Objection!
Oh, I assure you it's quite base. What? It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes! Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your head. Ooh! In 3D! The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped a card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene.
Well, what is it?
Let us keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on the card, whose position in this diagram does it fit? The victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness. Let's keep it... Okay. Shall we, Given? Oh my god. Oh my... There was a single card with a drop of blood on the victim's hand. In the victim's hand. Shall we give it? Whose position in this diagram does it fit? How can a single drop of blood on a single card can lead to the truth? The hideout took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found on the poker table. And before the killer swapped the card out... Let's see, before the killer swapped the card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on it in the victim's hand. I don't think it's the witness or the killer. Well, I don't know the case killer, but... Wait. Maybe... No. Wait. No. Something. Okay. Shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on the card... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If he were back here, then he hit the whip. Okay. Okay, given what we heard, the victim hit Orly, and then Phoenix went up, and so Phoenix. Wait, victim's out cold. Orly, Olga was out cold. Phoenix went out. And that means I'm gonna try the victim because I don't think I feel like when Phoenix found him, he was just sitting on the chair of blood and like no hat, but he could have probably died anywhere. Because Phoenix left, so Maybe the killer. I guess we'll go with the victim.
Take that!
Isn't the victim's position that's the problem?
I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice.
Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. All right, right, right. Because the tables. That means the victim would have been hit from the tape. Ooh. Do you think any blood would fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him? Oh, take a look at the photo again. If you blend this position, the blood will fall on the floor, not on the cards.
Why, that's right. So what does this mean?
Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh man. I'll try turning the chair around. Okay.
The chair was facing the other way?
It will have to be. So we have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table.
When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police, which way was the chair facing?
When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know now the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction.
Again?
Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Whose location on this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victim, the killers, the witness, the second witness. I think that will have to be either... I think it's obviously the killer. I think, because if the killer murdered him and the victim was supposed to be here, that means the killer would have been here? That means the killer would have been in front or something.
Take that!
The victim was struck from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Seeing where his indicator currently is? I would think it'd be quite hard, yes.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game?
I believe sufficient reason will soon come to light.
What?
There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? What? But... there's no room to put a mark where the killer should be. Don't worry, let's take it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try forgetting about everything else. Where would the killer have been standing to strike our victim from the front? Obviously here, because there's no room, but...
Take that!
the killer had to be standing, well, here!
You get points for flair, but that's about all you get.
That was onto something there, too.
I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim's facing a solid cupboard. Or are you claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above? Ha!
It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at the very moment of the crime... Wait! I know! The moment of the crime, the cupboard... wasn't there!
What's this now?
I mean, that's the only explanation. Right, Mr. Gavin? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine cupboard in the hideout. Immediately!
Really? Send a team to the crime scene immediately. I'm not trying to move the cupboard.
Ah, Your Honor?
What?
There's one more thing you meant to look for. Please give this to the bailiff.
Yes. I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all. It's alright.
I do my best. Let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. The killer was standing here at the time of the crime, and this cupboard wasn't here. Which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard. Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard was a problem. At the time of the murder, it has to be as shown here. Now everything's in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my. Uh-oh. Didn't Gavin say something about seeing through the window? What's this?
What is it now?
Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction. In fact. Huh? Oh dang! You know something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion.
Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradiction indicator. Is the victim the killer, the witness, the second witness? Which indicator in this diagram contradicts what we know about the crime?
It has to be this.
Take that!
About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. Cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs. Oh! That's right. Someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone. Like Mr. Gavin. What? What did you say? Oh. Co-defense in the West losing his cool? Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game till someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was. While in the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court. Exactly. Where did you witness the crime scene from?
Excuse me, Your Honor. Order! This is the court of law and I will have order.
Well, we just now received word from our investigative team at the Porsche Polo Club. They examined the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor.
Oh, and what did they find?
Well, Your Honor, it turns out there was a secret passage behind it.
What?
Yes, I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about. I do remember him saying something about that. Now that he mentions it, secret patches is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal going-ons. Even though you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses will get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer. You see where our line of simple deduction reasoning has led us, Apollo. Wait, back. I said it wrong. I said it in the wrong tone. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo? I see. I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I need this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked, and the victim's hat was off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout.
Well, Mr. Gavin? Come on. Say something.
You ever ask what really happened that night?
Actually, I think we could probably figure out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it.
Why'd you do that? Wait here.
I'll get help. Hisoga really was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from our secret passage and into the hideout. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside. His wheel appeared around. I wasn't finished reading! He wheeled his chair around and looked, and BAM! After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen blood on the car. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him, he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red.
Well, it seems this trial is taking yet another turn. I'm truly sorry I had to see this day come. Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Payne!
Yes, Your Honor.
The prosecution will continue its investigation. For Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant here is hereby cleared of all suspicion. Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately.
Objection!
Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoy myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked. A person of your caliber will be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick.
Excuse me?
The defendant is clear of all suspicion. This is hardly the time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proved anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. Not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney. Oh, he's switching.
Illegal evidence?
Objection!
Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing? Of course, this bottle, for instance. Bottle of grape juice. Mr. Wright was drinking. How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? Not just any fingerprints. Am I right, Mr. Payne? Actually, yes. Fingerprints on the bottle were upside down. Seem to recall this being an issue earlier. Court and this case demand an explanation. I can think of only one reason why the bottle why one will hold a bottle upside down. Sorry, voice crack. A bottle upside down. And that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor? See how the codfish squirms to the last? Well, follow? Yes? Your boss seems awfully concerned about this file still. But I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that. Yeah! Just like what? Why would anyone grab a bottle upside down? The two.
Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one.
Is there really another? Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer there, in plain sight.
Well, whatever you say, Phoenix. I am so confused.
How about you just say the answer in plain words?
It would be easy to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions, indeed. Oh, Mr. Justice?
You haven't said the court in this case demand an explanation. Don't worry, justice won't leave until justice is done.
As the defense will care to enlighten the court. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints were on the ball are upside down?
God dang it!
How do I? Okay, wait a minute.
Wait.
I don't think we present the attorney's badge.
We show the autopsy, we show the crime photo, I think. We show the deadly bottle. We show the crime scene. I don't think we ever exposed the photo.
Why do you think... What everything you have to explain why the fingerprints on the ball are upside down? Wait a minute. Okay, we're gonna try a ghost photo.
Take that!
It's actually easier to show you than to explain, Your Honor. Place the bottle on the floor next to your chair.
Excuse me? On the floor?
Yes, now reach down and pick it up. Without getting out of your chair. See, you naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. Your fingers upside down. Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Rice, sat here. playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of his piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times.
Whoa! I can hardly believe it was that simple.
Recall our diner that evening, Kristoff. I was drinking my usual juice then, too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed. Then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. You switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and make it look like the murder weapon.
Order! 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 What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gavin?
Whoops. I pressed the goggle off button. Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. What? You claim that I switched the bottle? Where's your proof? Where's your proof? Proof! Oh, well, that's, As I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty.
Objection!
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, we initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier. Do you recall I requested an additional investigation?
Oh, yes! I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the balls from under the piano at the Forest Bowl Club. And here's one of the balls in question.
What are you going to dust that for fingerprints too? You'd be surprised if any were on that but his. Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake true. That bottle wouldn't bear a trace of anything. Say, Apollo. Yes? Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? But why? Just humor me. Mr. Wright. That bottle will solve this case once and for all. What? That's some bottle. Ooh. 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 Someone's in trouble? There's something inside the bottle! What's this? Card. It can't be. Call that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment. Is Olga Early? Yes, our little swinging Dvochka. That night, I played in the car like I was supposed to. And Wright just lost the last hand. Just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the playing car was gone. Trap failed. Wait, isn't this... You're telling me that this is the playing car you dispose of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony. I had to put my hand in my pocket and found the card. Yes, took a peek at it. Found it was 5 parts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game.
Dispose? Where?
It was an empty bottle of grape juice that I had been drinking right beside me. I put the card inside the bottle. Five of hearts. This is the card. The bottles were swapped. The only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Kristoff Gavin.
That is all. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little titty. Right?
This is insane! What about me? Don't I get to prosecute anyone?
No, you don't. You're irrelevant. I believe it's time we've finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have any report for us on Christoph Gavin?
He admitted everything. We're processing his arrest now.
I see. Still, one has to wonder, why would he do such a thing? He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he?
Not that we know of.
So right. Have you anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. About this victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. Non-profession to be sure. And that's all we know about him.
I'll arrange a follow-up investigation, Your Honor.
Good. Is that right? Yes. 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I need two things before I could confront him. First was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. Second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo.
Me?
This is a dark time for our legal system. Twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right.
Mr. Wright.
Our work lies ahead of us. And I, for one, am looking forward to it. Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Court is adjourned.
We did it! Ah. Have to hydrate on that victory drink.
Four 28 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
This is a nice chill. This is a nice chill victory theme. It's quite good.
Okay. Well, anyway. Thanks, Apollo. You came through, just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. Gav, the killer. I could have done it by myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability.
Ability?
Yes. Sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough.
Wait, I wonder if he means... I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. This is a weird vibe I'm getting. What was that, Mr. Wright?
You have to find the answer to that question yourself.
Answer. Right. Today was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin.
possible reason could he have to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come. Huh? Wait! You don't know, do you? This locket is the key. Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture is in your locket. Your daughter, right? That's right. She's my daughter. No, you were right about this locket. Eh? Took this off his neck, now he died. It looks like our dear Russian scammer saw me. The truth is, this locket really did belong to him. Wait, but that's perjury! You testified! You said that locket was yours! I said no such thing. Actually... Huh? Emily said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. Subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And it's the truth. Wait, but then... Why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it? Sometimes the straightest path to the truth is the best one. Give it time. You're still just getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for Gavin Law offices after all. I still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs. Apollo. Yes? How about coming to work for me? Eh? You mean at the Write and Call Law offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it. OMG, it's Apollo. Yep. Also, thank you for 5 months, yo. Which is good. Give me a second. Thanks to that. We're now 500 points. 4,500 points away for me to play in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Forgot to mention this earlier. We have a goal where if I hit 5,000 points, we will play the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. And to describe how the point system works, basically 1 bit equals 1 point. 100 bits is 100 points. 1 sub is 500 points. So, yeah. Basically, it's a simple goal. I can't imagine that to be true. But... Wait, but didn't you... You're not a... Oh, I turned in my badge. Yes. I'm not an attorney anymore. That incident 7 years ago. A legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man. Phoenix Wright. The case reaches a sad conclusion, and he left law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I'm not qualified to stand in the court of law, I'm afraid. Did you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence. Wait, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the evidence that shouldn't have existed. A non-magician's trick. One piece of evidence that struck me as odd is true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. What is this forged evidence? Oh, this wasn't found in the course, so I guess it has to be this card.
Take that!
You mean this, don't you? I got this from your daughter, Miss Wright. Yes, that card could have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left, leaving the wrong card in its place. Luckily for us. The court cannot accept this evidence. It's of fraud.
Fraud. How can you be so sure? I wouldn't think the only person who could have claimed it was a fraud. You're the one who took the real car from the crime scene. The real killer.
My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago. And you really... Yes. I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real. But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney? Who's calling themselves an attorney? Apollo. Oh, it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? I punched him. It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you in turn the next page. My office address. Drop in, if you like. It's alright. Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, "Take that! Take that!" Next time. I find he packs a little more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. With that, oh wait. Oh, I'll just remove that. And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved. And at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I find out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law. And this is how my story begins. And that's Turnabout Trump. Alright, with that, next time, we start episode 2. Which will be for next week. Anyway, that's it for today. I was shocked that Gavin is the killer, our own teacher, but we don't quite know why he has a vendetta against Phoenix and all. But we'll find out. Anyway, that is it. Okay. We have more to come. Next week, we'll be back with the Apollo Justice trilogy. We'll start episode 2. But other than that, thank you guys for today. Now, I will say this before I go. Our next stream is Friday, of course. However, it's gonna be early. Reason why? Pokemon Presents. So we'll be doing that. I will do my best to in any way get up early and all that, and yeah, prepare a stream. If I don't prepare a stream by then, I guess well then I guess we'll start like afternoon. I'll start early. I'll really start early. I really want to see what's gonna happen. Yeah. Anyway. As much as I want to get to the Just Chatting screen, I do want to find out. Ew. Okay, we are. I'm gonna see this live because it is so. There was someone who I was planning on raiding, but they're not live yet. I thought they were live now, but I guess not. So now let me go see if I can find anyone to raid. At least the bright side is we get to listen to this beautiful music. So good. Alright, you got one. Alright, everyone. Friday morning, we'll go react to the Pokemon Presents. And then, after that, we're gonna start a new game. Which probably won't be a surprise. Goddamn stream balance, you suck! Okay, give me a second. I'll do that later. I'll give it a sub later. Alright. Dang it, I thought they were live. I thought they were live now. Alright. Anyway. We got a target. Wait, do we? Do we? Oh, don't tell me I lost him. Oh, no. No, we're good. Alright, guys. I'll see you on Friday for start of a new game. I'm gonna just let you know. It's full vanilla. Yes, full vanilla. You're wondering what I mean by that? You'll find out on Friday. But yeah. Till then, wherever you guys are, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening. I hope you are stay safe. Wherever you guys are, be happy. And I'll see you guys early Friday morning. I hope. If not, maybe afternoon. It's going to be early than usual time. Anyway, take care, everyone.